Everyone, and welcome to this lesson. In this lesson, we will continue to talk about methods when working with arrays in JavaScript. In the previous lesson, we looked at the last index of method, where we were able to see how it can be used to get the last occurrence of a specified element in your array elements, and also we're able to see that that alone is the difference between it and then array index of. So I hope you have been able to understand that in JavaScript array, the last index of method works exactly like the array index of method, only with the difference that the index of method gets the first position of a specified element, while the last index of method gets a last position of the specified elements in your array. So in this lesson, we want to take a look at another method called the includes method, array includes method. Array.includes method to arrays. This allows us to check if an element is present in an array, including none, not a number, unlike index of. So this particular method I want to talk about was introduced in 2016, and it allows to check if an element is present in an array, including if that element is not a number, unlike the index of method, which we've talked about previously in the past lesson. And this is the syntax that it usually follows. You can see array.includes, which is the method name, your array, the method name, and then the search item. What is it that you want to search for? What element do you want to check if it is present in an array? And you can also see this, that array.includes method allow to check for not a number values, unlike array.index of. So let's take a look at an example to see how this works in JavaScript. So here is my code editor, and I'm going to use a fruit example as my array. I'm just going to put some random name. Don't mind me, even if it does not exist as a, fruit name. So you can see I just have some random thing inside fruit, and so I can check this and just assign it to a variable and say let fruit singular of my array equals to fruits dot includes, just like this. Now what do I want to search for? I want to search for a specified element called tropical. So don't forget the quotation mark, since it is a string. And then I can use my document.getElement by id method to get out the output of this in the browser. Inner.html equals to fruits. And then right here on my screen, you can see true, which means that I am asking with includes method that does my arrays contains this element? And you can see that I get a response of true, which means that yes, tropical is part of my elements. Now let me change this to small letter and see what happens. Tropical, I can see now, because the casing which I changed to does not match the original case of what I have in the original element of my array. And I can change it and switch it and say, okay, can be like what I have here. So you can see this. I think the output is true. So what if I have something that does not exist? What happens? You can see is false. So this is how you use the includes method to check if an element is present in an array. You can see that I've been able to use the method to check if this particular item I'm talking about exists in the element of my array. And you can see that this can beam exists here in the position of 3. So this is how you use the includes method when working with arrays in JavaScript. I quickly want to give another instance as an example, numbers. So this time around, I want to use numbers, and I'm not using fruit. 1, 2, 4, you know, and not a number. I want to add that. So now let number singular equals numbers that includes not a number, and that I want to see what will happen. Sorry about that. Now let's take a look at this. Is there anything? Now you can see that you are not getting any output because in JavaScript, not a number by default is not supposed to show us anything. So I want to quickly inspect to see if there's anything in the console. And inside the console, you can see can't access property get element by ID. None is none because it's not a number. So that is why you are seeing a blank output without anything, because we are checking if this includes a not a number, and not a number in JavaScript simply means it is not a number. So it will not give you any output. But if I change this to 5, is it part of my elements of my numbers array? Sorry, I need to change this to demo 1. So you can see it's true. So let me change this back to none. Oh, sorry, true. There was a mistake earlier. This was supposed to be demo 1, not 2. That was why nothing was shown on the screen. And let's inspect again, even with not a number, and see if there's any error in the console or there's anything output. You can see that the console is clear and nothing, which means that the include method uh, allows an element to be checked if it is present in an array, including none, not a number, as you can see here, unlike index of. So this is how the include method works in JavaScript. You can use it to check elements of an array, whether they are present, including none, just as we saw in the demonstration that I showed to us just now. So this is how the include method works in JavaScript. Thank you, and in the next lesson, I'll see you.